Okay, well, it's been a minute. Honestly, it's been quite a while. My setup is a little bit different. I've changed some things. I got a few necklaces here. Got some extra. Two are my girlfriend's, but they're all pretty cool. Just leaving them there. One of these are Minecraft. I don't know if you can see that. But all right. I know this doesn't really matter to most people. I'm just a random person that's on the internet. It's just my sort of thing of, I like to justify myself as a creator on YouTube. I like talking about stuff on YouTube. I like talking about the internet. I like talking about gaming mostly. But recently there's been a lot of stuff that's been happening on the internet and stuff like that, in which the last time that I uploaded was about like a week and a half ago. And depending on when I upload this, 2 weeks ago. As the time of me recording this, it's been like a week and a half. It's been like 10 days or something. And this time I have to make sure I actually talk into it. I usually don't. I forget because I go so far back. If I'm going to be so far back, I should turn this up, right? There's a couple things that I want to kind of talk about when it comes to everything as to why I kind of stepped back. Obviously, like I said, it doesn't matter to most people. This is mostly for the people who, for some reason, have no idea who I am and they're still watching this video, or you're someone who has been watching for a while. You've been watching since last week or something like that. You just randomly have popped in. I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate all the comments that I get and stuff like that, especially when they're positive, not negative, but constructive criticism is nice at times. I do like getting it when I'm feeling in the mood for it. Obviously no one knows that, so that's why, sometimes you don't take it or respond to it, or anything like that. Regardless, I appreciate all of you. My thing right now, for me taking a break, the first thing is just, as of recent, like in this year, it has been probably one of the worst years when it comes to the internet. At least for what I can tell, for what I can feel, from what everything that's been happening. The past couple of years weren't as bad. It didn't seem as bad, and there's obviously a couple reasons for that. 2020 was a big thing that happened. I don't know if anyone was aware of that. That happened. It wasn't a dream, but it's something that occurred for a lot of people. And it kind of set some things back and then, stopped some things from happening. Made a lot of fucking issues, dude. Also, I'm sorry if this video is very long. If this video is like 35 minutes long, I'll try to trim it as much as I can, but there's no promises. But yeah, 2024 has been awful in terms of the internet. A lot of people not trying to get canceled, but a lot of people canceling other people. A lot of people just starting beef. A lot of political things seeping out into the world again. I think it was this year that the TikTok stuff had happened, of banning it and everything, and there has just been a lot of negativity and a lot of awfulness in terms of everything. And when I say the internet, it implies anything that's on the internet, which is pretty much everything now at this point. It's a lot of shit besides living, breathing things, and even then there's a lot of people who do live on the internet, so I don't know. But regardless, besides just the internet, you have life things, having to work, stuff like that. This isn't my only job, and I don't consider this a job. This is a hobby. This is something I do for fun. This is something that I love. YouTube is just fun. It's the thing where I get to show my creativity. I get to create. Really, that's all I get to do. I get to have fun with friends and show that, make memories. That's kind of the way that I've been looking at it recently, is just sort of treating it like a photo album. A lot of the stuff I don't remember. A lot of times that I've played games with my friends, completely forgot it. But when I look back at the video, it makes me laugh again. It's great, and I remember all those great times, and that is what is really important to me. Obviously, I make videos talking about, certain opinions on games and what certain games should do, and, a bunch of shit like that. But when it really comes down to it, I have a lot of games of me playing with friends, and that is something that not a lot of people may understand, may not see, may not even like to watch, and that's totally fine. But that's what I enjoy doing. Obviously, everyone wants to do that. Everyone wants to become a content creator and just play games and make money. There's a lot more that goes into that. That is something that sort of sucks. There's a lot of people who want to do it, but they don't want to put in the hard work. They just want the easy way. They just want to play video games. They don't even want to talk to a chat. They don't want a community. They don't want friends to play with. They just want to play video games. A little boring. I don't want that. That's not what I've ever wanted. I wanted, I'm like the first set of kids that actually grew up into the internet of watching Let's Plays and watching mod showcases for Minecraft and creepypastas and all that. Sorry for people driving. There's people racing on this road. But yeah, I've noticed a lot of stuff. A lot of toxicity. It's gotten worse. A lot worse. It's something where I'm really baffled by it a lot of the time. I'm not obviously going to show examples of it or anything on the screen. That's really not what I'm going to do for this video. I hope that's understandable. Obviously, it's my channel. I've had people say don't apologize for that stuff. I am sorry. Because obviously some people like having stuff on the screen. But regardless, I've seen a lot of TikTok comments regarding a post of someone saying, oh, you know, people with autism or mental things going on are more likely to unplug themselves permanently from life. I can't specify exactly what I'm saying because YouTube just doesn't like it, but there's a lot of stuff like that out there on the internet of people exposing that, and there's a lot of like 10-year-olds using TikTok who don't understand that that's a real issue, that the person posting it is a real person, besides like, you know, dead internet theory. Don't care about that, but these are people posting things, posting their feelings, posting moments in their life and things like that, and there's a lot of people who hate unnecessarily, a lot of people who are like, whoa bro, it just chill out, it's not that big of a deal, calm down, you're fine, and trying to be this like bigger person when they're really just being a dick. And that's in regards to, you know, people unplugging themselves and, you know, things like that. You see a lot of it and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, that is awful. And I remember originally, like, you know, in 2020 and a little bit before that, you know, TikTok was cringy. It was cringe because it was a lot of people just having fun, and I called it cringe because I wanted to be cool. But when I got on it, I didn't regret it. I had such a great time, and I posted so many TikToks of just myself, all deleted by now, all privated and things like that. I had a video get like 3 million views. It was when Among Us was like really booming. It was at like the height before it got like really weird, but it was something that was fun. It made me really want to do content creation because I was like, holy shit, if I post something and it does really well, like I could have a bunch of people come to my YouTube. And then I had some other things happen, and then eventually, you know, I did the quote unquote falling off, but no one remembers the stuff that I posted because it wasn't interesting. Exactly. It had to do with a bunch of issues with a specific person that I don't talk to anymore, and that sort of, you know, just all of that together. If I could like redo all of that and make it where it was sort of centered around myself so that I could continue it, that'd be great. But it wasn't about that. It was about two different people. You know, it's whatever. You don't need to, I'm not getting fully into that, but just so you kind of understand what's going on. But TikTok back then, it was a community similar to Twitch, you know, things like that, where people interact together and are together and participate and know each other. Like all the top content creators at the time, they all knew each other. And then eventually TikTok started changing and those people left. They said, this sucks, I'm out. And it's happened again. I more and more every day hate posting on TikTok because of its algorithm. The things that they do with the algorithm and the things and the ways that they treat it. TikTok went from post good video, your video does well. It gets shared to more people because people enjoy it. People watch it for longer. People tap the like button. People comment. People save it. People share it with their friends. There is a lot of things that go into the algorithm at that time where a good video deserved and was always going to blow up. And that was just a thing. Now, that isn't the case. I'm not saying this exactly from experience because I upload a lot of clips just from YouTube videos and stuff like that to TikTok. I don't really make a TikTok specific video, which I will start doing because I've just noticed that that's sort of what TikTok wants. But originally you could do just a clip and people would find the clip very funny. They would want to check out your YouTube. It was great. That isn't the case anymore because a lot of TikTok stuff, it's all about sharing TikTok shop shit and being like, hey, I get commission off of this. If you buy this, it gets me money and yada yada. And it's like, what the fuck? And because it makes TikTok money, it's going to get shared more in the algorithm. It's similar to just using TikTok's features. If you use every single feature that they have to offer in one video, your video is going to just get shared regardless. They have it built in where if you say the word I'm live and things like that, it just gets shown to more people. There are a bunch of like creators out there who make videos often, but the only one that I see of them is them saying I'm live. And it's so weird. It's incredibly weird. I don't mind the TikTok live space. Honestly, I think that TikTok live is probably one of the better things because it's just someone hanging out. It's probably the cheapest thing to do, and you have the more of an ability to be have exposure. YouTube streaming, that's only the people who watch you on YouTube. You don't get discovered from streaming on YouTube. You need to do something else for that. For Twitch, there's a possibility, but you need to sort of be closer to the top of, you know, whichever category you're in, and that is something that doesn't exactly happen. But, you know, besides TikTok algorithms and things like that, you have the YouTube algorithm and just how that is. Honestly, YouTube treats people far better. besides streaming. It's the thing that they're not really competing with, I suppose. I don't know exactly what's going on with that. But when it comes to YouTube videos, if a YouTube video kind of meets sort of specific things, it does well. But there's a couple videos that I had posted before all of this, before taking a break for just a little bit and things like that, where I posted it. And typically, if a video is suggested to people, the video will do well. In terms of well, for me, it's 100 to 200 views. That is what I deem as well. There are people out there who are like, if a video gets 100K, I've done a great thing, but they only have 5 subs, and it's like, that doesn't work. But regardless, if a video is doing well, if a video is being suggested to people, videos from me at least do well. I get a lot of newer viewers. I don't exactly retain people, and I'm working on that. I don't exactly understand it. It's something where it's just sort of like, why subscribe if you're not going to keep watching? People subscribe for different reasons, obviously. For me, I subscribe specifically because I like the person. As an example, someone like FaZe Jev, but as another example, I will watch someone and eventually just stop watching, but I stay subscribed in case I randomly want to pick up watching them again. Then I have a bunch of content to watch. But for YouTube, it's just this random thing where I went from averaging 100 to 200 the past couple videos, nothing. Oh, okay. There's a chance that it didn't get put in the subscriptions feed. There's a chance that it didn't get put on the homepage of people that typically watch me. There's a bunch of factors that could go into it. I don't exactly go through all the analytics for that stuff because it's pretty stressful, realistically. If I'm being honest with you guys, it is stressful. It's exhausting. It's something where I do it and I regret it because it's not fun. I'm not learning when I look at that. I feel terrible when I look through my analytics for videos that don't do well and things like that. It's just not great. And another issue I've been having, something that I will get into in more in another video, is gaming. Gaming has changed a lot. Gaming is heavily monetized. There's a lot of skill-based matchmaking. A lot of people just wanting the easy way out when it comes to video games, regardless of if it's competitive or not and things like that. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. The way that games have been developed, the way that certain companies make games specifically just for money. They don't care for their community. You have games like Apex. You have the monetization in a game like Valorant, which I started to get into. Back to video soon, because I will have a video of me playing with my friend Oreo. Very fun. I enjoy it. I do enjoy it, but the monetization is egregious. It's like $57 for certain bundles, which is insane. And now for me, it's something where I'm starting to it's similar to when a new meta comes out for any game. Good example being Fortnite. Fortnite had an update come out where pretty much they just completely changed everything again. Obviously, they've done a whole lot of stuff recently, and just in general for that game, Fortnite's completely different from what it was like 3 years ago, even a year ago, but we won't get fully into that. They added a new item, a lot of things of cars and stuff like that, basically changing up the whole way that the game is played, requiring different items to be held in your inventory. Otherwise, you pretty much are not going to be able to fight other players. People weren't very happy about it because they liked the way that they were playing before, and it completely changed. I didn't like it at first. I continued to play. I got better with it. I practiced with it. I enjoyed the new meta. Instead of going against it, I went with it. Like going against the current, I went with the current, and it was like the better thing to do. It makes you feel better. Instead of like rejecting it, you're just accepting it. And for skill-based matchmaking and things like that in games, it's something where I absolutely hate it. I hate skill-based matchmaking. I hate having 60 bots in my game and 30 real players and stuff like that. It's awful. Doesn't make it feel any better. When it comes to skill-based matchmaking in terms of Call of Duty, it's something where I sort of sit there and I'm like, I have no reason to have 50 ping and to be playing against people who are sweating their nuts off. I want to just play against the average player. I want to play against someone who just queued up as the same time as me. And then there's like team balancing. I like that. The only game that does that is X-Defiant. But you want to know the issue as to why people are saying X-Defiant is dead and things like that? They just don't update it enough. They don't do enough for it. The skill-based matchmaking not being there besides just in ranked is not good. It really isn't. It's not helpful for the game at all because casuals just leave. They get shit on enough times, and some of them stick around. There's a lot of people who say, I'm still playing, even though I suck. I'm still playing, even though there's a new Call of Duty coming out. There's a bunch of people who will forever stick with X-Defiant, and I just don't play it enough. I know that there's a lot of people who watch me who, they like me playing X-Defiant, me talking about X-Defiant, and I like talking about it too. But the interest in everything within it is at an all-time low, and I can't get behind it. There's nothing to do. They added a new map, and that's really it. And I am not interested. And I feel like that's sort of the casual player's perspective a lot of the time. I don't know. But overall, I don't like how a lot of things have been going lately in terms of the internet and all of it. Like you have, you know, Aiden Ross streaming with Trump, things like that. And it's like, what the hell? This is so unnecessary. Like, you don't need to do that. You could just not at all. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. That's just me sort of giving you guys somewhat of an update. I'll be coming out with, you know, more gaming videos and things like that. If you like a video like this, you really enjoyed this, first thing is subscribe. That's the main thing. You do that. And YouTube tells me that, hey, people subscribe to this and they like seeing this. And it's like, okay, well, if you liked it as well or you commented, that helps the video do better in the algorithm. Confusing, I know. But if you do it and you want to do it, it just helps the video do better and it suggests it to more people. I know a video like this doesn't do well because it's me not talking about some broader thing. It's me talking about myself, which not that many people are interested in. And I get it. I totally understand. And that's okay. I'm just doing this for fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this as well. But yeah. Hope you guys have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest of the year. It really doesn't matter when it is. I hope that's great for you guys, though. See ya.